Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming back to another broadcast at Ellis Network. This video we're going to discuss a little bit more about Maryland and the shooting and the suspect. From what we know already from the recent videos that I posted with the articles, we do know that he had 42 arrests against him on his record with multiple felonies, multiple misdemeanors, and multiple violations of probation. Now, this new article came out roughly about 2 hours ago, and it's talking about one of the widows of one of the men that died at this workplace. And this article does state that Radib did, however, work at this location, but he got fired. And while he was trying to claim unemployment benefits was giving him a hard time over it. There's an article within this article talking about a judge denied ex-employer's request for protection, and we're going to get into that a little bit more in depth here in a second. But we're going to get into the rest of the story now, just so I can talk to you guys a little bit. But this is I'm just going to summarize some of the stuff. Again, I'll post the article in the description. You guys can read it. It talks about the widow. Talks about one of the husbands that died in this thing and how he was a churchgoer and how he expressed Radib's angry outburst. He was an angry man, supposedly. So anyways, there's one thing that I do want to bring out to you guys really quick. And then we'll get into that other article within this. But this article right here is stating, although police have not discussed a motive for Prince's shooting, his legal record painted the portrait of a man with an alleged history of workplace violence, gun charges, traffic violations, and problems with his probation. Now, we have a guy, again, 15 felonies, running the streets. They've known that he's had problems with firearms before. And they just kept slapping him on the wrist pretty much and putting him back out to society. But, you know, mainstream media, they want to attack legal gun owners, people that actually follow the law, and people that actually go through the process to obtain a firearm legally by the system that was put in place before. I mean, the way this is looking, guys, it's just as easy getting a gun off the streets in the black market than it is. It's easier there than it is legally. So, you know, I just want to. I made a video last night ranting about this. Like, I just don't understand how 42 arrest records with 15 felonies, the judicial system could still put him out. Just let him go. Especially if he had recent gun charges, traffic violations. I mean, traffic violations is traffic violations. But recent gun charges, which shows that he's very well capable of getting his hands on firearms. With this guy being angry and hot-headed like the article was saying, it just makes me wonder that if he actually had this planned or if this was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Again, he got released from his job earlier this year, and he was having a couple problems with unemployment, supposedly. This article goes in depth a little bit more about, you know, he was late paying his rent. I can understand, you know, you having a rough time after you get fired from your job. But, you know, it just shows that he's a very angry man, you know. Again, it says the supervisor, and this is what I was talking about. We'll get to it here in a second. Let me get to it. A felon with 42 arrests in Delaware, court records show Prince had been fired from a Maryland job earlier this year after allegedly punching a co-worker. He also faced charges of being a felon in possession of a gun. So he's already being charged with a gun charge prior to this. Was habitually late paying his rent, was repeatedly cited for traffic violations, and was ordered to undergo drug and alcohol counseling in recent years. So we do know that this guy's already, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, it's nice to have a drink once in a while. You know, if you do drugs, you know, that's on you. But if you're having to be ordered to undergo drug and alcohol counseling in recent years, like in the past, and if it's repetitively over and over, that's another reason why the court should have stepped in and said, you know what, what's working or what we're doing isn't working, so we need to think of something else. Instead of, you know what, we're just going to slap you on the wrist and let you go. We know that you're a criminal that can get your hands on guns. We know that you're a disturbed individual. But let's put you back out to society and hope for the best. I mean, guys, like I said, man, the judicial system here in America, in Maryland, and Delaware, has failed these families. They should have locked this guy up a while ago. Earlier this year, Prince was fired from JPS Marble and Granite and scared his prior employer so badly that the man tried to get a restraining order. At one point, his former boss, Philip Sazion, told the court, "He came to see me, cursed, and yelled at me about unemployment benefits. I felt very threatened because he's a very big guy and very aggressive on me." Sazion said he didn't want to wait until Prince became physically violent and noted his prior gun charges as a reason for feeling unparticularly afraid of the man. So he had prior gun charges against him. He's going out to the workplace. These people are finding out. Society is afraid of this man. I mean, he's a felon. Okay? He has no respect for the law. No respect for the rules of society. So he wants to come in here and, belittle people, because he's not getting his way, knowing that he had gun charges on him, and they still let him go. America, what the hell? You guys are letting people go legally with guns. Like, I don't understand it. Let's get back into this a little bit. Prince had been a machine operator at Advanced Granite Solutions, which designs and installs granite countertops, for 4 months. Owner Barrett Kaba told the Associated Press in a phone interview. So he worked at this place. He got fired, or he quit. He got fired. He threatened supervisors over unemployment benefits, and he also had that recent gun charges against him prior to this. The jury system fucked up, plain and simple. They should have taken him off the streets. He was a danger to society. He was a danger to himself. And this is a perfect example as to why we need to get back to what we used to do with that 3 strikes, you're out rule. I mean, this is ridiculous. But like I said, mainstream media, gun control activists, I hear nothing from you guys. Not a single thing. Because this firearm was, bought illegally? It doesn't matter. They're still out on the streets. They're still as easy as to get. Granted, this was a handgun. But just imagine. Just imagine. So anyways, guys, I'll post the article in the description. You guys can click on it and read it. I'm going to be making another video here shortly. We're going to talk about North Korea. And then I'll keep you guys updated on anything else that goes on. Later.